finally, we are out of Daytona. Now, tell me how much you like that video intro, because I know I liked it. I know Levi liked it. Don't lie to me. Anyways, it's me, Rayce, and Rowdy, or as you may know him, Levi. Levi Zielinski and Rayce Clark doing the 3-Wide Racing podcast. We are done with Daytona. Week 1 is over. We're back to racing. I'm glad we're here. So let's start off on the weekend. Start with the 3 Rock Series. I don't know if we're going to have Sam on today. Not Sam, my apologies. Carlos Acosta. Hopefully we do. Took home the win in the 3 Rock Series in his beautifully painted by Nathan Young super late model. And then we have Sam Close. Took home the Nate Young Designs B-Car Series at Daytona. Close finish there. I wouldn't necessarily say controversial finish. There were some connection issues that screwed up some things. Ended in a caution, but overall it was a great race. Huge turnout, like 30 people. Absolutely amazing for our series. And then the big one, the 3-Wide Racing Chesapeake Diecast Series Daytona 250. My boy Matt Ramathorn, coming all the way from Xbox years ago, comes and wins it. Great racing. Loved the race. The max speed broadcast was amazing. Everything went great. I personally had some connection issues. I don't know how Levi did, but Matt won it under caution, but that's not to take away from how great the race was. He earned the win. There's no doubt in it. And next week we're at Rockingham. So today, and how we'll be carrying out the podcast for the rest of the season, we're going to talk to hopefully Carlos. I know we're talking to Sam and Matt today, our winners for the weekend. We're going to show you a lap of Rockingham. Talk about anything. Maybe Corey might stop by. You never know. It's just, listen, we're just winging it. We're just winging it. Whatever happens, happens. After the podcast is over, and of course I'll remind you all, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong, what we can do to improve, what we can do to add. It'd be perfect. So, let's see. Next week, Rockingham. That, I don't know how it's going to be. I know I personally will be awful. It will be our first No Bull 4 event. We are actually going to have our, I don't know his title, Corey Lindsay, our our league administrator, the man who runs it all. Corey Lindsay's going to be on, and he's going to break down the No Bull events for everybody, let you know how it's going to work, make it, I wouldn't say it's not already straightforward, but, just clear some things up. The top 4, Matt Ramathorn, Carlos Acosta, Corey Lindsay himself, and Tanner Sharp will be participating in the March 28th Rockingham No Bull event. So, let's hear from Corey, see what he has to say about the event and what it's going to be like. We have Corey Lindsay here, the owner of the 3-Wide Racing League, and I brought him in this evening to talk about the No Bull event, which will be starting next week at Rockingham with the top 4 finishers of the Daytona 250, which, as I said earlier, is Matt Hackathorn, Carlos Acosta, Corey Lindsay, and Tanner Sharp. And I've brought him here to explain how our No Bull events will work.
Yeah, we have 4 races. We have the upcoming race at Rockingham, we have Bristol, we have Charlotte, and we have the Brickyard. And how it's going to work is the top 4 guys from each race is going to qualify for the next event. So how we have it working for Rockingham is Daytona, the top 4 guys to finish there, they're going to move on to Rockingham, and if they could win the race, they'll get $20, which I know $20 doesn't seem like much, but it's probably the biggest, actually it is the biggest prize, purse, whatever you want to call it, that we've ever had in 3-Rod Racing. We'll have a red colored number to notify the other cars in the track they're part of the No Bull event, and it's just going to be really cool. All the races are going to be broadcasted, and we have Ben Out of Whack Music that's working with us with that, and it's really cool to have them on board.
So, next race, 2 weeks from now, March 28th, you, Carlos, Matt, and Tanner. So you 4 will be racing against each other, kind of within. It's like a little mini race within the race as well, and the highest finisher is going to win the purse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then
no.
Oh,
not correct.
Not correct.
If they win the race, they will get the prize.
Okay.
But if they don't win the race, they will just keep it. I'll keep it, But no, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So, if you qualify for the No Bull event and then win the next No Bull race, you get the purse.
Correct. That's how it's going to work, yeah.
I like that. Sounds
You
really
finish
good.
second, you're not getting anything, but
okay.
Hey, good for you.
Good for you. Good job on second. good job on the points. I'm going to hold the 20.
Exactly.
And then Ben Out of Whack Music. Do you have any personal ties to that? Like, why are they sponsoring this event?
Yeah, I do. Ben Out of Whack is a little side project that I have going on. What I do is I look in the local newspapers, I look online, I look at Craigslist to see if there's any musical instruments that's for sale. Basically guitars, basses, and even like amps, the amplifiers. And what I do is I try to make a profit on it. I'll buy it from them, and then I'll sell it on eBay or Reverb.com. And it's something cool to do because I get to test out the gear, and then if I like it, I get to keep it. But if not, I'll let somebody else that would give it a good home take it home.
Is there a way, is there like a website or anything someone can get like a hold of you if they want to do business with you? Is there any way like that?
Oh boy, there is a... I'm trying to stop saying oh boy. I've been saying that a lot. I said that.
Say it twice for now. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy. I have an eBay page. Other than that, there's no website or anything going on right now. It's just kind of like started up within the past 4 weeks, about a month ago, I'd say. And it's really taken shape. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get to that point somewhere along the line.
Sounds pretty good. So, how'd your speed weeks go? How'd the clash go? How'd the duels go? How'd the race go?
It ended pretty decently. Let's see, 3 Rock. I got wrecked on about a lap 11. It was just a weird kind of bump drafting thing where Paul, he just got to my bumper and I went around for a spin and it took both of us out. It was kind of an unfortunate thing. It wasn't planned. It wasn't intentional. It just happened. And then I didn't race for B cars, but I officiated. And that was a lot of fun to have. What do we have? Like 29, 30 cars.
Oh, 30
which
cars.
Was absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
It was awesome.
And it was cool to officiate that. I helped David Cordy out, and it was just really cool to see that many cars on the track. And the B cars, the way they draft is just really, it was just really cool to see.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I wish we could have had that one that one broadcasted, because that was a really fun race to watch.
And then the Daytona 250. How did that go?
And then, yeah, the Daytona 250 we had. That race, it came along. Everybody was really antsy at the beginning because there was a lot of issues with the lineup and the setup not being right. And then to add that to the mix, we also had iRacing having some server issues and whatnot, whatever they were doing with the new season. But yeah, my race itself, it was pretty good. I almost messed myself up, which would have been devastating. But a lot of things went my way until that final caution, but I still ended up third, so I'll take that and move on to Rockingham.
Sounds pretty good. I think the A car is going to be your car. I know the Daytona race wasn't really anybody's fault. I mean, like you said, the servers having problems. I had an awful time with it. It seems like everybody's ping was real high, and once again, that's not anybody's fault. It's just the deal with iRacing starting a new season. There might have been a lot of traffic from everybody ready to start the new season, because of course we have 4 new cars, so that's got to be a lot of people getting ready to go. But overall, I think it was a great race. Max Speed does a great job. I'm really looking forward to having them on for the season. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank, or any last additions?
I messed up with my interview with Max Speed. I forgot to mention Brent Miller and Nathan Young. Nathan helps out tremendously. And whenever Brent went out, and whenever Brent wrecked, he helped us spot. Him and Devin, they were doing their jobs, what we asked them to do, and we really appreciated that. I got to give a shout out to Sam for not being able to race. I mean, it was a really big bummer for not only him, but the team in general. We were having high hopes of having him give us a win, perhaps, in the 250. I got to thank you guys. I got to thank the podcast. This is a lot of fun. I never expected 3 Wide Racing League would have a podcast. But
damn right. I never knew I'd be doing one.
Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, one more thing before you cut me off. But we had 12 guys that were racing with us 5 years ago, and they raced with us in the whole Speed Weeks deal. So I just want to give that a shout out. That's really cool to have that many people work with us for that long.
That's pretty Matt. That's pretty amazing. The winner, Matt, I actually used to race him on Xbox. So that was really cool to. I, I didn't even know. He used to be in the league I was in, and I didn't know that until he told me, and I noticed. So I was like, oh yeah, hello.
Yeah, Matt. He's been running with us since season 1.
So
We've been doing this for 5 years, and I never thought we'd get to this point. It's just really cool.
It's really exciting.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for all that you do, and just so you guys know, me and Corey, maybe sometime in the summer, who knows when, whenever we get around to it, we're going to have a nice hour-long podcast talking about the beginning to three-wide racing and how we got here.
Looking forward to it.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, I'm sitting down with Carlos Acosta in the number 2 this week after his win at Talladega in the Three Rocks Series.
Hello, Levi. Pleasure to be here.
It's nice having you sit down with me today. I just want to go in and what won you this race?
If I could be honest, netcode.
Netcode. Why would
Side
you?
drafting.
Side drafting. Okay, you talk a lot about side drafting. What is the big deal about side drafting right now?
It works, and you have to know how to use it.
Talk to us about your pet turtle.
Aquarius. Her name is Aquarius. I call her Mrs. Turtles though. She's about 5 years old now. My parents found her while they were walking outside near a lake, and they took her because she was far away from the lake. But they took her, and we've had her for a while. And I like her. She's very shy, but once you get to know her, she likes to talk.
Likes to talk to you?
Well, she makes a noise, kind of like turtles make a noise. I don't know if you've heard a turtle make a noise, but it's kind of like a voice that just gets repeated back and back. I can't emulate it, but I guess if you were to compare like the one from the Alien movie, or sorry, the Predator movie, that noise it makes, but like kind of slowed down and higher pitch.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I guess to be honest, I like to thank my parents for giving birth to me, and just essentially for turning the channel on to that and that TV to that race and getting me involved in racing. So that's who I really like to thank. I'd like to thank Justin, Cole, and you for giving me the inspiration to bring back my own team, Rockingham Motorsports, and bring it into iRacing for the first time. So I'd like to thank you personally also for that.
Man, anything else you'd like to add on before we leave?
Yeah, could sure go for some Pepsi right now. That and I'm gonna watch some Rooster Teeth content on roosterteeth.com. So, you guys, thanks for the interview, and you guys have a nice day.
Goes giving the sponsors out. Good man right there. This week I'm sitting down with Sam Club series and the A-Car series. How you doing, Sam?
Good. How's it going?
Doing good, man. What won you the race at Daytona?
Just trying to stay out front and stay in front of the trouble, and some good strategy at the end and getting Rayce to push me up there to be in the right position was important. And then at the end, I think it was mostly just luck, being able to scoot around the outside of those guys while they were wrecking and not get turned around myself.
What would you have done anything different if you could have?
Well, in the beer, I don't think I would have done anything different because I won.
Good answer. How do you feel going in the Rockingham?
Well, I feel good. Got some momentum. Already got some bonus points. I'm going to approach these races somewhat conservatively, I think, at first. It seems like in the past couple seasons I've gotten, when it didn't matter as much, I really want to concentrate on being in a good position and getting the wins when it really matters at the end of the season.
So you're going to try to take the Johnny Thompson approach at it, almost.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see. I can't let it all out there.
Of course. How do you feel about this season in general so far? Believe you're going to be up there for the chase?
Oh yeah, I always believe that I'm going to be up there for the chase. I'm excited for this season. We got a lot of people. We got a lot of different looks coming in here, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of competing against some new guys and seeing how it goes. It seems like most of the new guys we have a good head on their shoulders, so I'm looking forward to it.
Who are some of your biggest competition going into this B-Car series?
Well, obviously, Tanner and Johnny. I think Rayce is going to do pretty good. Paul Ross. Most of the guys that did well last year, I think will continue to do well. And I think we'll see a couple new names up there.
Yeah, of course. Seems like every year it kind of switches up. You can't really test the preseason, basically what I'm gonna call it, compared to the championship run, because it's totally different, as I found out last year.
Yeah, it seems like the intensity definitely goes up, and I will take a little bit different approach to the chase this year. I think I learned a couple things last year, so just kind of build on top of that.
Of course. How are you liking your new team with its 3OG, right?
Oh yeah, Team 3OG is great. Paul's done my paint schemes for me, and he's done a great job. I got some cool looking cars. These guys are fun to work with, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
The chemistry seems to be better over there, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're having fun.
All that matters. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Definitely Corey Lindsay, Tanner, the organizers of the league, the guys that put all this together, 3OG Racing, my sponsors, Flying Dog and Terminal Trucking, kind of a throwback sponsor there. My mom, she's great. I think that's pretty much it.
Right, Sam, it was nice talking to you, buddy.
Thanks, Levi. Look
You're
forward to competing against you this year also. I know you're going to be a tough one to beat.
Yeah, when I make it, hopefully. Thank you guys. That's Sam Close, the number 5, part of 3OG this season.
So this year, the Denver Broncos won the Super Bowl, and then Matt takes it home at the Daytona 250. Why did you win this race?
Well, obviously because I have the Boise State Broncos colors, and it's just a good year for the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm a big Peyton Manning fan just because he played for UT. You know how high I am on Tennessee and Nashville. So, did you have a strategy through the race, or did it just come to fruition? You were first place when that flag dropped. Why were you first place when the final flag flew?
Well, it's funny is because I'm usually the bridesmaid. I don't try to win at play tracks. I don't try to put on a show. I just try to push people to the front. But actually, pushing the people to the front didn't get us very far. And we went in for our last pit stop. We were trying to get a good strategy going, me and my teammates Skinner and Steffens and Skyler. And just the way the cards fell, they both messed up on pit road, but I had a screaming fast 5-second stop. Just a stop and go for fuel. And I pulled back out on track, and it was either going to be they were going to pass me or I was going to get lucky. And luckily, the luck card was on my side, and they started wrecking behind us, and we only have one temp at a green-white checkered, and it didn't go green all the way. It went yellow right outside of turn 2.
Sounds pretty good. It's the way to do it. I mean, you're first, you win. That's good. Now, would you do anything different? You won, but would anything been done differently?
If I could have done anything different, it would have been to get on better terms with my teammates so they knew where their pit boxes were. They both ended up sliding through on the same stop. But, you can't beat it. Luck's on your side, luck's on your side. I don't have that much in real life or on this game, so.
And then next week, we're at Rockingham. You'll be making that race, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you have any plans there? Are you good there? Are you good at Rockingham? Do you enjoy the track? Are you bad at it? Do you enjoy it and you're bad at it? What's the deal there?
I enjoy it and I'm mediocre at it. I wouldn't say I'm good or bad. It's another one of those luck of the draw things because that truck is so rough.
Oh, yes.
It is terrible. But if you can sit there and you can manage your tires and keep everything underneath you and hope to God that someone doesn't spin out in front of you, you should be good to go there. And hopefully I can go for 2.
That'd be nice to see that. So, do you have anybody to thank, or do you have any last words you'd like to get shout out on to our podcast?
Yeah, I got to give out a shout out to all my teammates at Shake and Bake Motorsports for taking me on at the very last possible minute. About, 2.5 hours before the start of the Clash, was it? What was the Talladega Clash?
Yeah, it's Talladega Clash.
Yeah.
Who won
Took me
that?
on about 2 hours before that. I believe it was. Was it you?
Yeah.
It was you. Yep. Yeah. But of course, Skylar Nissel, Mike Stevens, and Mike Skinner. Ironic, Mike Skinner, but. And then I got to give a shout out to Nathan Young for being a good subsidiary partner to our whole team and giving me an awesome paint job that ended up taking me to the win.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty one. It's not quite as good as the Tennessee Titans one, but it'll do.
Close enough.
All right, Matt.
NFL to NCAA.
All right, Matt. Thank you very much. Good win. I hope we have you on many more podcasts to come.
All right, thank you guys.
Anyway, it's Matt's birthday today, 3/16/2016. Happy birthday, Matt. Just now told me I had to re-record here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, a big double deuce today. Of
Double
course,
deuce.
It's Race's number again.
Double deuce with a double douche. No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Just kidding. So we got everybody interviewed. We're going to move to a part where me and Levi are going to go over the season, this week, and our next track. I want to start off by asking, who is going to make the Cup Series chase, and who's going to miss it?
Our Cup Series chase, very simple. We're going to obviously have Tanner Sharp up front, like always. I believe we're going to see Paul Ross. Paul Ross got to a little shaky start after Daytona, but we always going to see Paul Ross up there in the chase contenders with Nick. Nick's up there, actually. He finished 6th. We do have probably people not going to make it. This is going to be a shocker. I'm going to say Richard Lafferty. And possibly Skylar Nessel for the first time, I believe. May not make it.
Okay. I think Corey, he's been doing really good. Corey Lindsey, our league owner, he's been doing really good in this 8 car. He's liking how it runs. I wouldn't sleep on him. I would not sleep on him. I hope to make the chase. It's unfortunate you won't be able to race a full season because we know how fast you are. I of course see Tanner doing well as always. Sam's going to do great. I think Paul will do great if he can piece the whole season together. Nick's going to do great. I think Johnny Thomas will do wonderful. As far as people not making it, there's no reason Skylar shouldn't make it, but I can see Skylar because it's really hard to base anything off of Daytona. It's just such a wild card. So maybe we'll have a better answer for next week. Nathan Young, I think, will be fighting to the end. I think Mike Skinner will make it in pretty easily. So we'll see. I think if I had to pick my lame duck, if I had to pick my sleeper, I'm going with Corey Lindsey. He's been great in the 8 car, and I think he has the potential to pull off a big upset. So who do you see being a big sleeper?
A big sleeper again, I think it's because of the last season, and it's going to be Nathan Vesel. I mean, last season, he was a sleeper all season. Like, you don't hear much from him. He's very quiet on the track. He's very consistent. He's just going to sleep his way through and get in, and that's all. You're not going to hear much about him all season.
Exactly. So, Daytona ended under yellow. We had connection issues. It was just the new season starting. It's unfortunate. But the very end, Jess Story, Nathan Velez got in a wreck. That led to Matt winning the race. However, he had Carlos, Corey, and Tanner lined up behind him. Let's say that wreck didn't happen. Those 4 running to the checkered. What would you see going down differently?
I think we're going to see a same repeat of last season's B-Car series, where it was basically a 3-car breakaway at the front. And I hate to say it, the guy sitting in second is more than likely going to win. But I do have that stipulation. Tanner was actually the 3rd car last season. So Tanner may pull something different and actually go and try to make that move to make it 3 wide to actually win the race on his own, like he didn't do last season.
Yes. I'd say under the stipulation that we do make it to the checkered flag, no problem. I'm going to keep Matt winning, and here's why. I'd see Corey and Carlos going to the outside, but I see Tanner staying low and staying behind Matt and maybe just biting the bullet and taking second. But who really knows? But I'd say if there was no caution, I'd still have Matt winning it.
I would say Tanner. Tanner wants a win at Daytona.
Yeah,
That's the one thing he is missing is his big win. And it's kind of like you look at him, you look at Dale Earnhardt. It's the number. It's maybe the curse. Maybe that's why he can't pull off the big win at Daytona. I mean, we don't know. I mean, the guy's good everywhere. He's good at plate races, but he just cannot get the Daytona 500 win. It hasn't happened yet.
He had a great 99 laps, just that 100th. We've got to piece that one together. All right, coming out of Daytona, and we're going to do this after each race. Right now, who's the hot driver, who's the cold driver? So for you, who's hot right now? Who's got the momentum?
hot right now is Matt. Matt's sitting on top of the world. He just won the Daytona 250 for the A-Car Series. It's his first race in 3-wide racing. He is on top of the world. He's going to do what I did last season. He's going to float on top of the world probably for at least 3 weeks, I'm going to say. And that's way out there. That's a guesstimate.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But he's hot right now. He's not going to want to get off that top dog. Because I know how it feels. I did not want to get beat. I never let off first. So I'm going to say he's going to be out there for at least 3 weeks on top. Right now, who's cold? Ooh, cold right now. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say Justin Kolb.
Okay.
He's my big, long-time buddy. He's just cold right now. Daytona is not his friend. I believe we'll see after Daytona. I think we'll see him pick it up. But right now, Daytona's not been his friend. After Speed Weeks, he's been wrecked out every time. I mean, he has had a terrible Speed Weeks. We've seen in the B-Car Series. He wrecked out there, too. So I think we'll see after next week. Right now, but he's a little shaken up after these little wrecks that he's had at Daytona. But I think he'll get back up there.
Yeah, for me, I can't disagree. Matt's a hot driver running out this one. I had him winning no matter how it went. He's on top of the world. As long as he participates, he's pretty much got a chase spot locked in. I doubt we have 12 different members. You never know. As far as cold, I could see maybe Michael Skinner being cold because he came in with a lot of confidence. He did win and qualify first in the duels. However, we had a mix-up at the start. No big deal. So, you come in, you don't get your first place like you won. And then you get involved in a wreck with your teammate, also netcode. That's a real momentum killer. So I'm going to see Skinner being cold, and then Rockingham. That's a hard track for anybody to get momentum going. It's difficult. So we'll see how he takes it. I could be wrong. Let's see if he proves me wrong.
Yeah, I believe Skinner last year had a pretty good season in the B-Car Series for Rockingham too. So yeah, I definitely see him up there. We got to remember though, Carlos actually won the B-Car Series at Rockingham. It may have been fuel mileage, but it still counts.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuel mileage win is that's a win. That's a thought-out win. So March 28th, 2 weeks from now, we're at Rockingham. Who's winning that race?
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say Paul Ross. I think Paul Ross is going to pull out something. I believe he has a chance to win. He's always fast. He's just got to stay out of that bad luck of getting in other people's wrecks and stuff like that. But he's really fast there. He was fast there last season too. I believe Paul Ross can pull something off.
If I had to pick anybody from Rockingham, I'm going to pick Nick. And let me tell you why. When we were in the B car, we went to Darlington. It was something everybody dreaded because Darlington's a difficult track. But you know who absolutely killed it? Nick Miller. And I mean, Rockingham, it's a steep, close to the wall. It's an edgy track. And I think Nick is really going to come alive and lock him up a chase spot real early.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Nick beat me last season at Darlington. It really ticked me off because Darlington's a tough track and he got me. It may have been, I think that was fuel mileage too, but I mean, it still counts. I mean, he knows what he's doing at those type of tracks. I don't think he had a dent on that car at Darlington. That's shocking.
So we got to talk about the B series. 3 Rock is going to be a while until we get there, but we will be getting there. The B car series. Now, of course, you can race for a championship in both series. Sam's going to be trying for that. I see no reason why Sam can't do it. We're at Rockingham, of course, in the B series, March 26th. Who wins that race?
Going Rockingham B-Car Series, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Carlos.
Okay, I can see it. I can see the confidence. He's won it before. So, I mean, confidence is such a big deal. A lot of people overestimate how big of a deal it is to be confident going into a race. I can win this race.
Exactly. I mean, confidence is key. If you have the confidence, you can do anything you want with that car. I mean, you could drag that thing sideways about going 300 yards sideways, about doing a 360, and you could somehow turn that thing around and go. I mean, that's something you could do with confidence.
Now, I'm not too sure who's racing the B car series full time. Do we know anything about Johnny Thomas racing it full time? Is he?
I'm not sure. I believe he's probably going to try to. I'd imagine. I mean, he is the defending champion, so I don't see why not.
I'd say Johnny Thomas grids at Rockingham. He wins it. He's got that confidence in the B car. It's a challenging track that I think he'll tackle.
Doesn't grid who?
If Johnny Thomas doesn't grid, I could see Sam win it. He's coming off a big win at Daytona. Why not go into Rockingham and show him what it is? I don't see why not. We'll have to see. We'll have to see who runs that series full time before we start making more bold predictions there.
Exactly. I mean, I'd pick myself if I was running that week, but I don't think I am. So
I'm not picking myself for Rockingham. I'm picking myself to get out of there. So before we move on, Levi or Rowdy, do you have anything you'd like to finish off with?
We had a pretty fun week at Daytona. I mean, we've seen Speed Weeks. We always have fun at Daytona, right? Now we're on to the serious stuff. We're on to see who is really going to make it out.
Exactly.
I mean, we're going to see who are the top dogs, actually. We're going to see who are the bottom people, who still need improvement, and who has done their off-season work. I mean, that's going to be the big thing. Right now we see Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens is pulling something phenomenal from last season. He is up there second in the B-Car Series points. I mean, he's doing tremendous right now. It is Daytona, but with that type of attitude, I think it might help him. I think that gave him enough confidence to where he might be able to start running up there every week and be top 5s, top 10s. I can see that happening with something like that happens.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to me personally getting out of Rockingham and getting onto Atlanta. I hope I can get some wins in. I love racing with you guys. It's very competitive. I'd say Rockingham will really help us. I'm not sure if Rockingham entirely, because that's a challenging track. I think Atlanta, when we get there, we're going to weed out who's good, who's just going to kind of ride along this season. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you have any advice, let us know. You got all of our Twitter handles. If you want to join the league or you're interested in the league, we got the website right there. Thank you for watching. We're going to go on now to a lap at Rockingham, get you acquainted with the track, and we'll see you all after Rockingham, March 28th. Anything else, Levi?
No, nothing else.
All right,
Rowdy's out.
Peace out, Girl Scouts. March 28th, next weekend, the 3-Wide Racing Series. We'll be heading towards The Rock in North Carolina, Rockingham. This thing is a beast, and I hate it, but you might like it. Now, each week I'll be going through each track and giving you pointers, tips, anything I know or anything Levi knows. So Rockingham, I don't know much about Rockingham, but I'm going to show you what I do know. So let's just cruise around the track and get a feel for everything. Now you'll notice, let's go into 3 and 4. Looky here. Look at the top, look at the bottom. No rubber there, no wear and tear there. Stay away from these areas. See where this black is in the middle? This is where you want to be. That's where the grip is. That's what's going to keep you out of trouble. The front stretch is it gives you almost like this quad, like a big 1.5-mile oval feel, and it's really easy to overbrake turn 1 and 2. Make sure you don't do that. And also, this has a very like a Dover effect to it, where you think, oh, I've got it. The grip falls off, you're in the wall. No one wants that. So be aware of that. Alright, so let's practice pitting out, pitting in, some laps, get used to the track. So of course, in the 3-Wide Series, always let your competitors know when you're entering the pits, and try to be as aggressive as you can out of these pits. It's kind of hard, not a lot of grip down here, so you want to be aggressive, but you also don't want to wreck leaving the pits. No need for that. So like I said, we're going to stay in the middle. We want that black right there. That's where the grip's at. Easy through the turn, kind of ease on the gas a little bit. And once you know you got that feel for it, let it out, let it scrub out, don't lose any too much speed. Now remember, don't overdo this corner. It looks like you can carry a lot more speed than you really can. You can't. This is about where you want to be. Stay off the bottom, stay off the top. Make sure not to get in the wall. See how quick we lose the grip there. Let it rip. And into 3 and 4. Alright, I'm not going to talk this next lap so I can focus, give you a little bit better of an idea. So you get the gist. The banking really gives you this illusion that you can be just aggressive. You can just fast through the turns. It's so bumpy and abrasive. It's just an old track. The grip, that real, that 1.5-mile grip we know so common, it just really isn't here, which is a good thing. It's going to make for great racing. It's going to make for tough passing. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun as long as we do it right and everybody's courteous. Now let's practice pitting. Pitting here, you can actually be, I practiced it and I was way too conservative. I think I'm going to be a lot more aggressive, and I'm going to try to do that. So of course, make sure you let your competitors know, hey, I'm pitting in, don't want any mishaps. Make sure you have your tires selected, your fuel. That would be a bummer. And here, if you're going to pit, I'd say interlow. I'd say interlow is your best bet. Don't be too conservative. Start getting, you see a line right there. Use that as like a brake mark. Get her down to 40. There you go. Make sure you're aggressive. You don't want to lose too much. Pit road under green is a great place to lose time. Don't do that. Slow pit road, 40 miles an hour. Don't speed. There's no need for that. Stay high until, well, I'm a little early there. Don't do what I do, but stay high until you're to your pit box. Trying to pass through too many. Don't slide through it. Get your 4 tires. Get back on your way. So, there you have it. The first 3-wide racing podcast with Rowdy and Rayce. It's the first time I've ever done something like this. It's the first time we've ever done something like this. So, of course, there's going to be mistakes. Lots of room for improvement. And suggestions, criticism, all of it is welcome. So, whatever we can do to improve, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun making it. I'm excited to make these. I'll be making them all season after each race. I know next week is an off week in between Rockingham. I was thinking about maybe interviewing the teams and then kind of get to know the drivers sort of deal. So maybe if you're interested in that, let me know. I know a lot of people were inquiring about being on the podcast, but of course, with, you know, a little bit over 30 drivers, we can't have everybody on each week. So maybe have a podcast where we can get everybody on, get a quick introduction, what they're about, their sponsors, their team, their teammates, how they feel about the season. Let me know what you think. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Here, the music used in the video is my cousin, Jared Beckett, and his band, Tavern, and my best friend, Michael Milam, and his group, SinteryMusic, along with Jonathan Searles. I have a link to their YouTube channel and their SoundCloud links in the description and in the annotations if I get it correct. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Wondering where time ends, wondering where time goes, wondering when mine ends. Gonna ask if you could go. What's the point of team spirit if you can't hear it? Even if you got my back, what happens when I pass? You said you'd die if I died, girl, I hope you lied. They say life is